And here are my top five. Now, this is not a pretty list. Obviously, DeGrom has got to be on that list at number one. The rest are not really in a particular order, but I went kind of longevity. Bartolo had 3 really good years. At the time, we mocked the signing. Turns out he was one of the more consistent, reliable pitchers that they had there. David Wright, because of what he did, 2010, 2011, he had a couple All-Star years in there before, obviously, the injuries started to kick in. Cespedes, yes, short period, but he was so dominant, 15, 16 when healthy, and made such a difference getting to the World Series. He's got to be on there. And Murphy, I didn't love Murphy all those years. I was thinking, Daniel Murphy, they're shoving him down our throat. But then in 2015, he goes on that historic run, and then, of course, they let him leave. But Murphy's got to be on there. He was certainly one of the best Mets of the 2010s. Reck, am I missing anyone on that list? Who would you have up there?
Well, look, I like what you have right there. I will say, and it's funny because when you look at the 2010 Mets and, the 2010s Mets, it's hard to find consistency, guys that were there for, that whole time frame. Or if David Wright, who was there for majority of it, he was hurt for a lot of it. So it's a really weird and tricky list to try to put together. And I would honestly challenge those of you at home to try to come up with 5 better names than Sal did. He mentioned Bartolo Colon. He said that, he wasn't there that long, but he had 3 good years. He did. You could throw maybe Noah Syndergaard's name out there. I think he had some very good years in that time frame as well. But it really ends up coming down to kind of a who's who of that 2015 team. It feels like, because that was obviously the highlight of that decade, if you will.
Yeah, just a couple of random thoughts there. I still think Wright is far and away at the top of that list, even though he was hardly playing by the end of the decade, retired, obviously, was hurt. He stood for the franchise so well and was such a great face of the franchise that even in injury, he's the guy that sticks out. And then the fact that he was able to play in that World Series, he, to me, more so than DeGrom is that guy, because DeGrom, for all his excellence, isn't as outgoing as Wright and isn't as embracing of being that face of the team. He's just a different kind of personality and style. I'm glad you said that list was in no particular order, because when I saw a Cologne at 2, I was ready to start yelling through my laptop here, but I'm okay, fine. He's on the list. But
yeah, based on production, the only other guys maybe I thought about were Familia and Granderson, but really it wasn't a great list of sustained dominance for any extended period of time.